Now, a sculpture of the Black Lives Matter protester, which was erected in Bristol yesterday, has been taken down.
The figure replaced a statue of slave trader Edward Colston that was pulled down last month, but it was installed without the knowledge or permission of the local council. The city's mayor, Marvin Rees, has said it was up to the people of Bristol to decide what goes on the plinth.
Putting a statue on that plinth overnight did not come in line with that process, and therefore it can't stay. It will be protected. It's an incredible piece of work to a very inspirational woman. But the statue in itself, falling outside that process, can't stay, because there is a process that we think is essential to bringing the city together.
Welcome to the video, guys. As you just see there, and like I said yesterday, the statue that was erected yesterday morning did not last very long, just over 24 hours as a matter of fact. Now, we was all sceptical, obviously, of Bristol Council, the mayor and the police force actually doing anything about it, though it seems this morning the mayor took the decision to have the statue removed and the council paid for it, while they are now kind of asking for the money back from the artist, but not demanding it as I think they should be. Well, along with that little clip that you just see there, the BBC picked up on it earlier with this article that goes into a little bit more detail, so we'll read through that quickly. But before we do, remember the daily live stream has moved over to Twitch, so if you want to join me over there, the link will be down in the video description as always. But enough of that, this is only supposed to be a short video, let's actually get on with the statue and it being removed. The BBC article headlines, Jen Reid, Bristol BLM statue removed. Like I said, 24 hours and it was gone. A sculpture of a BLM protester has been removed from the plinth where a statue of slave trader Edward Colston once stood. The sculpture of Jen Reid was erected on Wednesday but removed by Bristol Council just over 24 hours later. Miss Reid had been photographed standing on the plinth after the Colston statue was pulled down during the protest. Mayor Marvin Reed said it was up to the people of Bristol to decide what would replace Colston's statue. Bristol City Council contractors removed the sculpture of Miss Reid and took it away in the back of a lorry by 5:30 AM British Standard Time on Thursday. The black resin statue of Miss Reid, called A Surge of Pointlessness, was created by artist Mark Quinn and designed to be a temporary installation to continue the conversation about racism, to continue throwing divisive messages out there to stoke up tension. That is what it's for. Because these people are all media and political puppets. At the end of the day, when these people are shouting jump, they are all screaming back how high. We already know why he created it, no one actually cares. And we also know they worked together and erected it shortly on Wednesday, we don't really need to read through that. And we all know from our video yesterday that they erected it at 4:30 AM, that doesn't really matter now, we don't need to go over that. Speaking in a Facebook Q&A, Mr. Rees said it was important to gauge people's opinion on a replacement for the Colston statue, but he felt an empty plinth was a very powerful statement at this time. He told BBC Radio 5 Live that how race was navigated in the UK was a delicate balance, adding, running around provoking debate without any awareness of the potential consequences of that debate is not okay. Yeah, because sticking things like that up will definitely do more harm than good. Anyone with half a brain cell should already know that, as it would appear Mr. Rees, the mayor of Bristol, clearly does. Maybe he got some angry calls and emails from constituents in Bristol who did not like the statue being there and have told him to act, which obviously to their credit they have. We have called out Bristol Council for being pretty piss poor, including the police, but on this occasion it would appear they have actually done something and done it rather swiftly. We have to approach things with wisdom, which is why we've set out a process that revolves around a history commission telling the full story of Bristol so that the city is much more informed and is in a better position to collectively decide who it wants to honour and where. But these activists don't really care about that, and neither did Channel 4 when they was happily running around promoting it yesterday. The mayor previously said the sculpture was the work and decision of a London-based artist and permission was not requested for it to be installed. The authority tweeted to say the sculpture of Miss Reid would be held at its museum for the artist to collect or donate to our collection. Mr. Rees said he would really welcome a contribution from Mr. Quinn, as it had cost the authority money to remove the statue. Why don't you send him the bill, you complete and utter cuck? Don't sit there asking him for a contribution. Tell him you owe us this amount of money because you've put this statue there without the required permission, and perhaps there should be some criminal proceedings against these people for actually doing it, especially as it's costing the public purse. I would like to bet the people of Bristol do not want their local government funds spent on this virtue signalling bullshit, or in this case, getting rid of it. And obviously we already know what happened to the original Colston statue, we're not going to go over that. So it would appear that I was right and it really wouldn't be there very long. You heard the guy yesterday saying that he hoped it would be there for a month or a year. I said hopefully it's not there for a day. Turns out it was there for an hour over a day, having removed it at 5:30 AM this morning. So like I said, well done to Bristol Council and to the Mayor, though he should have been demanding the money back from these people, not just asking for them to put a contribution in or saying he would welcome it. At the end of the day, I bet it cost hundreds of pounds to get that team in there to remove that statue, plus any storage costs that are going to be incurred by hanging on to it until someone picks it up or decides they don't want it because they might have to pay some money. Because I'd like to bet right now that the statue maker did not take a commission for doing it. I bet he just did it out of the goodness of his virtue signalling heart, so he can say that he is oh so inclusive and virtuous. But I'll say it once again, thankfully it's gone because it was obviously abhorrent.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.